Let me turn this off right quick, guys. I'm sucking the fluid out of the transmission, guys. Today is the day. I am so excited. I've got the antifreeze dripping, petcock open, getting the antifreeze, sucking out the transmission. Several guys are going to come by today. It's still pretty early, but I've got cardboard set up. I've got tools set up. We've got the parts. Everything is clean in here. This isn't something you'll usually see, but it's going to be a mad thrash, and there should be several people coming by today to help out if they can and when they can. And typically my boys come through. So let's start building this engine. I'm going to start getting this tore apart, guys. And we got to reset it. The cherry picker isn't deep enough to get to the bat or even over the carburetor plate. So we're gonna pull it forward, set it down a little bit, move the chain back, because we still have the transmission connected, guys. So I'm gonna put y'all in a lickety split mode, and we're gonna pull this out and bring you guys in. Guys, it's been about 3 hours. Preston and I got this done. Marcus is standing to the background. Went without a hitch. I think when I put it back in, I'm gonna put the transmission in first. But while we have all that out, we can go ahead and wrap up all that wiring and all the stuff I couldn't do from the back. But what do you think, about 3 hours, you think?
Yeah.
About 3 hours, and that was me an hour ahead of time starting to break stuff loose. So anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and get this intake off. I'm gonna bring you guys in here in just a second. He's gonna start cracking off the head bolts, and we'll bring you back in. We'll take a look at this bad girl. Figured I'd bring you guys in. I didn't bring y'all along for a lot of that, and for a specific reason. When I have guys over here helping me and whatnot, and everybody wants to get the task done and go home as well. There is a lot of hanging out, and we do have fun. However, I have to be respectful of other people's time. So I didn't jar around with the camera and all that, but let me bring you around and show you what we're looking at. So, some of you guys seen this, one of my, that maybe say like the third or fourth video, is when I got this engine. So, it's 4-bolt main, kind of a cool spot that's facing up right now. So, this has been internally balanced. You can see the stamp caps or the stamp numbers, punch numbers and all that stuff. Quite a bit of debris in the back of the oil pickup, but everything looks amazing. As I mentioned before, it is an 01 block. It is indeed a 30 over piston. We were able to see that, so that's awesome news. The cam that came out of it is a different story. Now, y'all remember me saying that I thought I heard something on intake of number 8. Well, it was right next to it, so that would have been what I think the exhaust on 6. So you guys check this out. Look at this lobe and look at this lifter. We get some light on it. So it's completely concave. Not supposed to be like that. And guys, that's from going from Sean's shop over to here. I've went around the block twice, and I've backed it up and moved it forward 2 or 3 times. So we're talking, let's say tops 2.5, maybe 3 miles. And we kind of expected it. It's what we were saying we were looking at, but you guys check out the lobe on that. If you don't know what you're looking at, you're looking right here. See how it's all chewed up? Let's say the one right next to it isn't like that. See what we're saying? So it did indeed have a bad lifter. Well, I say bad lifter, whatever. Flat spot on the cam. So the great news is the pan looks great. All the bottom end looks great. This is one of the good milling pumps. I do need to clean out the housing, but this all looks good. There's no glitter in anything, guys. There's not even shiny to anything. I'll show you guys the pan. Inside the pan, this is all still just breaking oil, and it's just sitting there. But there's no, it's not anything crazy. Like there's no glitter in it. So that's great news. We're not going to have to put bearings in here, which was one thing that I was concerning myself with. So that's awesome. But anyhow, we've got about 5 hours into it. We did do some hanging out and stuff afterwards and ate and everything. That's the engine. There's the hole. And the good news is I can get in here now and clean up some frame stuff, and wrap up all the wires that were dangling behind the engine and all that. Did make a mess, and Sean's little engine stand is awesome. But got everything apart. We'll start getting everything put back together. Preston's going to be able to come by here. If y'all didn't know, Preston builds engines. Is how he makes money. He's not like in the shop, but in the hot rod world and this and that and muscle cars, he's built. I mean, he's good. So anyway, he's gonna watch over me, or I'm gonna watch over him. However it works, he's pretty awesome to have around. We're gonna get that taken care of and slowly start working on this. We did throw some ideas around as far as wheels and some cool stuff, so there's gonna be quite a bit going on. But engine's out, transmission come apart. He's gonna pick that up here in a few days. Flat cam, kind of what we expected. It's late Sunday. I'm gonna go in and call clients. Got to get ready for Monday. So I'll catch you guys up on the next round here in just a few. Guys, so we're at that point now where I've got the lifters in here. I've got them soaked. Let me run you by the lifter numbers here. So 812-16 comp cams, 812-16. I was going to show you a lifter, but I've already got them soaking. This is in the break-in oil that we will be using. So we've got these in a coffee can. Lifters can soak for a few days. Let me bring you guys in and show you where we're at. Sorry, you're going to have to get right on me for a minute. And today was a gorgeous day. All the boys have been by here for in and out. They're out chopping down stuff in the woods, which makes me very happy. That's them. They're cruising back by now. So we went through and tapped, and all of the bolt holes have been tapped. Front, the fuel pump, all the timing cover, the bottom, all of it's been cleaned and tapped and washed out. So tomorrow we're gonna get in here. Oh, welded the oil pump pickup. We pulled the pickup off the oil pump, cleaned it out. Good thing we did, because it was absolutely nasty. So got that taken care of. The engine looks great. Looks great. I just covered it up, but I'm kind of proud of it. Let me show you again. So it's coming right along. Nice and clean. All the surfaces are clean. Time to stab a cam in the next few days. Lifters are soaking. That's about as good of an update as I'm going to be able to give you guys. And while you have this apart, do run thread chasers through your bolt holes. When you go to torque stuff down, it's going to be so much easier. And that's it. All the boys are riding by a lot. They come to borrow some axes so they could go chop down some dead trees to make a trail for them to get the four-wheelers and stuff through. And I'm like, word, take them all and let them sharpen them up and everything. So there might be stitches tonight between some neighborhood boys, and I might hear something from parents, but I'm gonna call that a day. So I will talk to you guys and catch y'all up on the next update. Guys, so right now, I went ahead and had to get some different push rods. The ones I had were, they're about 30 thou short. So we went up on it. We went up one size. They come in 50 thou increments. So anyhow, I don't know if any of you guys use this method whenever you do your rocker arms. You got 8 cylinders. This engine has to turn 2 revolutions per time. So what I do, we put them on there. I have it on top dead center, and I go through and I just snug down all the nuts by hand with my little fingers. Make sure that all the rocker arms are in there. We can see in the valley, so we can see our lifter holes, you know, our lifter pocket. And then I turn this a quarter of a time. I do that 8 times so that we know that we have 2 revolutions, 2 full revolutions, and I just cinch them down by hand. So I'll walk you through this because I'm about to be done with 1 revolution, okay? I've got my timing mark on the front of the balancer. I'm gonna put it back up. And it don't have to be dead on, but what we do is we're slowly going through here, and any of these that get loose, by hand, we just cinch them down just a hair until we get them all done. Then we can come through here and give it the, I'll do a 3/4 of a turn, but I'll do it in like a 5/8 increment, okay? I'll do it in like a 5/8 increment, so on the 8th, like I get to the 5/8 part, I stick my T-handle in there, I cinch it down, and then I pull it the other 1/8 inch to get it a 3/4 inch turn. But anyhow, everything went real well. I do have to, the good news about doing it like this, you can walk away and come back at any point in time. You don't have to remember where you're at. The intake has these big old 225 runners, okay? The intake I have is a 2601, and it did verify that that one would fit. There is a specific gasket and a specific plug, so they're on the way. They'll be here tomorrow from Summit. And I've already went through here one time. We just want to make sure that we got it, guys. We don't want to get into that plunger. You know, one of the coolest things about being able to do an engine like this, where you have all your parts and this and that, and you kind of know. Guys, I'm no mechanic. I watch more YouTube than anything, but I got buddies who do all this stuff, and I've been around it, and I'm certainly familiar with it. But, hey, so I've never used AMSOIL. AMSOIL break-in oil. Should be some pretty good stuff. So anyway, before I do that, let me put my zinc in there. Whenever we do this, you get to pull everything apart. You know the benefit to being able to do that and then to put it all back together and it work? There's such a good sense of gratification from it. Especially formulated with ZDDP to prevent camshaft failure and valve train wear. Let's see how much. Add 1 bottle to engine upon initial break-in. Easy directions. Done. And so I will put about 5 quarts in there, maybe 5.5. Because once we get this in there, then we'll just start filling it up. And this stuff is super sticky. Well, it's not sticky. It's different. You'll know it. Like, you can feel it when you have oil. Like, you get that kind of sticky, you know. Anyway, what I was saying is when you pull the heads off, you have a good chance to visually inspect everything. You know, you go to put the heads on, we had to kind of take a file and hit one of the dowels that was sticking up, you know, get a little burr off of it. Actually, on 2 of them. There were some small things that made it just snap together, but we know what cam we have, okay? We know what head we have. Exactly. This isn't, we're guessing anymore, okay? So we've got all of that. We have got every measurement of increment that we need for the torque converter. And that's going to be one of those things I'm going to have to buy one. I don't have one right now. Still, I have that 22 to 2300 stall. Never was impressed with it, and I need way more. Those little computers that you can do, it put me at like 2900 to 32 right in there. If I was right around 3000 to 32, that would work. But you know what I mean? Right in there. I don't want to get it too much higher than 32, 33. There's not going to be many times I am accelerating that to that point where I would need torque converter to just come in and eat. You know what I mean? So there's that. I'm not going to put any on the rockers just yet. I want to spin this with the little deal we got. And it's Preston's. He's come by here and helped me tear everything apart and look everything over, that sort of thing, which is helpful. This is something I'm familiar with, so I'm not, you know what I mean? But pretty helpful. And I'll mention this while I'm just yapping. If you guys see anything on these videos and you're like, hey, I wonder what reference, I have it in shop stuff right now, but I'm gonna put it in how-tos on the, like where you go to the playlists on the channel, because I put a lot of really good information on there. Stuff that I use for reference. So it's certainly stuff that you guys can use for reference. I put that ZDDP in there first, and this will wash it down in there. Right on top of all the lifters. I try to hit those little holes. Maybe it'll drip in on the cam. You know what I mean? We're just getting it in there. Pour it in the distributor hole. The gaskets should be in tomorrow. The intake gasket. I hope that don't turn into a mess. It very well easily could. Oh, I got some Amsoil cool stuff. Bubba Bridges is a dealer. He treats me pretty good. I think his rep is Chris Foster, which is another car guy around here. Pretty cool dude. Northsiders. All right, so I'm gonna get that little tool ready. I'll bring you guys in and we'll go over it. And I'll show you the cam card, what we're looking at, you know, where it's close. Again, because if you need to pause this video, you'll know what cam it is. But let me get that little deal going. I'll bring you guys in and I'll show you how you spin it and you start getting oil up here on your top. That's what we want to see. You know what I mean? Before I douse this with oil, we want to... So I'm going to get that set up. I'm pretty excited about this. Oh, let me show you guys. This is cool. Oh, not this, the engine. This is a reveal. Gordon, thanks, buddy. I use this thing all the time, my man. Y'all don't know, go check him out, Gordon's Garage. So y'all seen just a minute ago, I was spinning it. I've got a fresh battery. I got me an oil pressure gauge over here. And y'all feast your eyes at this engine. Man, this thing is nice. I'm gonna move y'all over here and get y'all set up. But let me walk you by it. Guys, this is a lot of bolt-on parts. You know what I mean? Anybody can do this. If you don't know, get a book. The information is available. Let me put it that way. All right, let me get you guys set up right there. Tell me how nice that looks. Dixie's on one today, so y'all are gonna have to deal with her in the background. Y'all already know how she is. She's kind of bossy. So can y'all see that? I don't want to stretch it out too far. It's still on the plastic hose, but... All right, can you guys see that? We're gonna watch these rockers too. Fresh battery in 3, 2, 1. Oh, and this is on my big drill. Let's see what kind of oil pressure she brings up. Oh man, it was building fast. Let's see, let me see if I can do this somehow. Those are gonna be moving violently. Oh, I should have just undone it and stuck this in your face. Can you guys see that? Oh, I have to have that other hand. Let me get you situated. Okay, I think I can get you guys close enough. Can you guys see this now? Let me hold it up the right way. There we go. We ready? Ah, how am I gonna do this with two hands? There we go. Gotcha. Okay, can you guys see it? Y'all ready? Over 40, 50, 60 PSI right there, guys. She's gonna be a solid machine. Ooh, let me show you guys more of this. I'm so proud. That's about it. I'm gonna start getting it dressed up and cleaned up. I'll probably start, excuse me, when the intake gaskets get here. It's supposed to be here today, but not here yet. I'll go ahead and start getting all this cleaned up and getting it ready to go back on there. The power steering pump is still in there. So I'll clean the water pump, get it on. I'll put the fuel pump on. It's still dangling on the outside of the truck. So there's a few things I'm gonna button up. Oh, I got the O-rings in my pocket for this transmission, so I can finish this. There's the O-rings. One more for the intake tube that goes to the deal. A fill neck O-ring, and I've got the gasket right there. So transmission's about to get done. Torque converter will be here. What is today? Thursday. We'll be here Saturday. I just got to B&M, guys. I can't afford a lot of stuff. It's what I can afford, man. And it's like a $400 stall converter. The intake gasket's supposed to be here shortly. It didn't make it in last night. I got an update just a few minutes ago that it is on its way. So I'm gonna get this intake ready. I've also got everything for the transmission, so that's gonna need to get taken care of relatively quick as well. It looks like everything will be lining out, and I should be able to put this together this weekend, this being Friday, today being Friday. If I can get it together this weekend, I can take my time next week and get it in, which would make me happy, happy, happy. So I'm gonna go through and get the intake ready. I've got to put the temp sensor in, the heater hose on it, a few things like that. But let's do that. Let's get that transmission tore apart where I can put the gasket in, double up the O-rings on the intake tube, and shoot, let's get busy. I've got the engine together back behind us. I've got the transmission pan apart. While I've got that out, I'm gonna pop that filter out and put that extra, I don't even know if you can see me over there, put that extra O-ring on that filter pickup tube and gasket this up, and then I'm gonna bring you guys along. Let me show you what I'm talking about though. Let me get you in a new position. All right, so on these filters, there is little O-rings, little pickup tube. Guys, this is all something you should be pretty familiar with if you ever pull a transmission to service it. It's got a little pickup tube right here. See how it has one O-ring on there? And that's the one I got with the kit. We're gonna take and put another one right on top of it. So let me set this down. Bam. So now we got two on there. I put one right at the end and one at the top, and it'll push itself in there and down. Give it the little whoop. Did I show you guys the inside of this? I don't think I did on the, I think it was on a video that I'm not gonna be putting out. Hold on. Let me show you the inside. Okay, filter, obviously. Let me show you where I was talking about. You can tell that it has Trans Pro gaskets in here. Valve body gasket, Trans, you can see the Transco little stamp on the case side of that gasket. If the filter was removed, you could see up in here and see that pump gasket. You can see the back of the, what is that, forward drum. Looks nice and shiny, no purple. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of stuff if that filter was gone that you're like, hey, that's awesome. So, and I don't know if there's a shift kit in here. Typically when they put that in there, they change that. What is it, accumulator, modulator? They change whatever that is, and it's like it gets rid of plastic parts and puts, I believe, aluminum parts in it. But anyhow, let me get this gooped up and put back together. I gotta clean it pretty good first. My favorite guy in the world just made it by. I've got such a cool UPS driver. I gave him shirts and stickers and all that stuff. Such a cool dude. So the new gaskets came in, 1206S-3. Have to use that with these big cylinder heads. or with the big porting, the 225 porting. Got some Pookie here. Gonna hit our water jackets. I'm gonna give this whole ceiling surface just a little bit. Not like a grand amount, but just a scotch. Well, the good news is that I'm down to the last tough header bolt on this side. Guys, I've got the plug wires and plugs going up under here. I'll show you here in just a second. There's a ton of room. There's not any problem with that. I'm gonna zip tie up some more things back here so that we know when we put the transmission on, nothing's falling in between it. But we're nearly done, man. Guys, I've been at this for a while today. Mainly just cleaning the shop and getting everything ready to throw back in, but got the transmission done. You guys just seen that. Engine done. Tomorrow's Saturday. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get that transmission. I'm gonna clean the truck while it's outside, power wash it and everything. And if I need to touch up any paint, I will. But then I'm gonna bring it in, stick the transmission in it. And while I'm in town, I'm gonna get some different engine mount bolts. So that'll be done. And I'd like to have this thing in to where tomorrow night we're just sitting there staring at it. I don't know if we'll bust it off yet. I gotta work Sunday, so we'll see about that. I'm gonna go get the other side done, guys. Tommy, I still appreciate the shit out of this chair, player. Let me flip you around here. Whew. Man, it's late. Yeah, 10:45. It's kind of crazy, all the dogs. You can hear all the dogs barking in the neighborhood. You know, once it gets quiet. Love it. All right, guys, I'll catch back up with y'all. So this is actually working out quite well. I haven't moved anything. I just spun it around. Now we have more room. We're under our wiring harness that goes down there. So I'm gonna lower it down about another 6 inches. We're gonna see if we can wiggle this into place. This might just work out, guys. Okay, let me see, let me reposition there. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, big girl. So our tail shaft is right there by the deal. I need to lower it another 4 inches and I bet we can slide that jack right under it. I think I may have to set this in between the engine mounts up here and work it in from the back and have someone in the front. That's going to be the easiest way to do it. It looks like it would fit in between the engine mounts. Let me lower it down a couple more inches. Man, I bet that did it right there, guys. Oh, I just scratched the shit out of my truck. Oops. Okay. So our vacuum booster is hitting. It needs to come in, guys, this way 1/2 inch. I would physically have to set it in there, get the weight off of it. I think it's pretty much, we know it's not gonna fall off. Let me just set it down. I'm gonna bring you guys in and catch you up right quick with what I've done. So I didn't get into doing a whole lot of recording. I went ahead and got all of the engine transmissions done, drive shafts done, the carrier bearings tightened back up, all the engine mount bolts are in, all the transmission bolts are in, everything is done. The little wing nut for the carburetor, I extended it, made sure everything has washers, double checked everything. It's done. I need to put transmission fluid in the transmission, and if I remember right, there was one other, I want to change the engine mount studs to a grade 8 stud and nut. So I intentionally, unintentionally just got creative and motivated. And since all the engine stuff's done, literally, I'm just going to put some gas in here. We're going to break it in tomorrow. I'll bring you along for that. But I had some cardboard and some extra time. And like I said, I was feeling my vibes. So I went ahead and started getting the downdraft type setup kind of mocked up in cardboard for the inside of this. So this is what I'm thinking. I did change this up. I don't know if you guys seen that a minute ago, but I like the slant on all of it. And what this is for, guys, is up under these fender wells, like up in here, I'm gonna build some plates and cover all that too. So one, you can't see any of my snaggled wiring. It's all cleaned up and that sort of thing, but there's just a bunch of it, and I got my relays and everything where it's easy to access. You ain't gotta crawl under the hood and do this. I can just do what I need to do. So I'm gonna build some little panels for those two things, you know, both sides, behind this headlight bucket and that headlight bucket. But this is what I would like to see, something built like this on top. I don't want a ton of speed holes in it. I do want a simple bead roll, but I don't want it to get all crazy and fancy because I've got to patina this too. You know what I mean? That way when you look in here, it's gonna look dope. Now, what I may do is tape it off and do a grain either on this side or this side. Hadn't figured that out yet. Just so where it has some linear lines on it, I think is gonna be important, but I don't want to leave it glossy and that sort of thing. I'm like, if I patinaed it and put a couple of old school race car stickers on that, that would be cool and fit the style of it. You know what I mean? So that's that. We're gonna break in the engine. It's probably 40 degrees in here. I'm out of propane. Well, we have a full tank of fuel.
Okay.
We have a fresh battery. Tachometer I just got to plug in. Brake-in oil's in it, ZDDP's in it, transmission's in it, 2 quarts in the converter, 6 quarts in the transmission.
Okay.
Vehicle is in park. I do have 1 drip coming out of the temperature sending unit. It's a very, yeah, that one. Yeah, just a little bit. If all my calculations are correct, it's gonna bust right off and sing.
Something's gonna happen?
So this was a carb that was on there.
Okay.
So we know that it's set, it's good.
Somewhat?
So
Like it?
I'll give you a screwdriver.
I don't want
And that's all you're gonna have to do. Plug that in and get a screwdriver. Stacy, you wanna see some magic? Yeah. This is what Sean does. Time lapse there, you ready to bust this off? Okay. Oh, gotta open a door.
Turn the key on, pump up the fuel.
Now, I was telling Johnny, and he said the same thing. I've done this with success and I've done this with failure. Today we want it to be on the success side. Flat tap it, cam brake in. Need a plug?
No, not 16ths. Let's put some more tension on that. Just give me 4. I don't want it to move that much.
There's Soupy. Of course. You good?
Huh?
You good there? Yeah. Are you already playing? Turn compressors off.
Fuel pump on?
When I crank it, it's mechanical.
Mechanical? Right.
Well, I get to mark some stuff off the list. Unfortunately, it's not me starting this. So it keeps trying, but it's got a very weak spark. He pulled the coil out after he messed, Sean did, after he messed with stuff. He's like, dude, you have very little fire. Thinks we're just not getting it up there. So, waiting on Sean, we can mark that off. And my BFF, Stacy. So we still got 2 things on the list. One is busting it off. The other one's doing dope shit. It's gonna be another day, guys. So I'm gonna run in. I'll catch back up with you guys when I got more action. You know what? you want to know what the best part of doing something twice is you get under there and you look and you see why you didn't get it right the first time. I don't know if you guys seen it when we were installing the engine. This hit the motor mount, the engine mount, and bent it up. I just bent it back, but it looks like the leak is coming from here. So I got the bracket off. I don't know how these just come out. Or if, okay, well that was simple. I don't know that whenever we bent that, we did something to this. This O-ring, although it is kind of spongy, it's flat. Let me see. I think that may be where our leak is coming from, guys. Let me move my drip tray under here. I think that may be it. I'm gonna try that before I pull the pan, because it looks like it was all bunching up right in here. You know what I mean? And if I bent the shit out of that and found a flat spot in that O-ring, that would be a pretty good area for it to happen. So I may have just averted that crisis. And I was thinking to myself, man, I do better work than this. It shouldn't be leaking. Like, I'm pretty thorough. So that made me feel good about myself. Anywho's, I'm gonna jump on the internet and see if I can find us some parts here local in town. No other leaks than that. That one that was on the back, it seems to have a drip or two on it. However, I'm gonna run that one before I pull that drive shaft and all that. It has a drip, and you guys seen just a minute ago, this one was pretty rough. But don't look like any of the pan's leaking, nothing's loose, everything seems to be bolted down. We've got a coil on the way, so we're just gonna keep plugging away at this, guys. So upon further investigation, guys, I'm not gonna use this. If you're looking at this, our nipple's bent up one way. This part of the diaphragm is cocked in this way. This is bent in right there. It looks like I can see some brass, like, it looks kind of like a brass abrasion. So anyhow, I'm gonna source another one of these out with a new O-ring. Well, it's Easter morning, and we are gonna break this in. I checked that transmission, the one I put the O-ring on last night, and it's still leaking, so I'll have to figure that out. I guess I'll get some more and physically put some silicone on it. Let the, pull it back out, drain the fluid, pull it back out, clean the inside bore with some brake clean. You know what I mean? What do? I'm not putting my low car, it never leaked, but I can't stand that little bitty fill hole that you'll sit there for an hour and a half trying to get 3 cords in it. Let's get the key on, and I've got it lifted up on the lift just a bit so I can see under it. Let me get my standard screwdriver ready. Timing light is hooked up. We're still on cylinder number 1. Vacuum line is off. Has fuel in the fuel filter. Just a little bit. Choke's on. Guys, let's break this in, I guess. No time than now. No time better than now. I hate having to be down like this on the wire. And I'd like to have somebody else here to help watch. After the first 5 or 6 minutes, we're not in the clear, guys. I've heard and seen of these things taking a shit 10 minutes in. So this is critical. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Cold outside, you can't tell, but it's that acted like the same thing it did before. Another pump. Okay. There's more over here. doing the same thing it was doing, guys. That's fucking weird. I would never think that all them spark plugs would be bad. There's something else going on. That should just bark right off, guys. Okay, I heard it coughing back through there. We should be right in there somewhere, man. I don't have time to mess with this. I'm fixing to have to go shave, shower, get with the family. They're all coming over here today. Man, I was hoping this thing would be broke in. Man, what a kick in the pants. Jesus. This is the weirdest shit ever. I'll catch back up with you guys in a few. Oh! Guys, we're not beat up. We haven't lost the race. We're just not gonna get there with the winners. So, shit. Have a good day, guys. All right, so Sean and Stacy are back over here. This is attempt number 2. A few minutes ago, you seen the catastrophic failure. You thought I was gonna leave you. Yesterday was Mother's Day. I had absolutely all the time, so. Sean and Stacy are back. We're gonna bust this in. So comp cams are saying 20 minutes.
Yep.
20 minutes, they said 2,000 RPMs. 10 minutes in, 2,200, something like that. You know what I mean? Right in there, give or take.
Yep.
So let me plug in the battery, man. We should be good. We're full of fuel.
You're full of
I've
something.
got all the plug wires and shit back on.
He is full of everything,
I
kids.
think I've got all the stuff off of the header so we won't have any meltdowns.
Oh, that's
Perfect.
Where's the fun in that?
now you just took all the fun out of this.
Uh-oh. She's been hanging around you too long.
No, she came this way.
Man, this is a long time coming. So, you guys have missed out on a lot, but at this point, you've already seen a lot. There has been a lot of ups and downs on this. So, let me catch you up because I'm going to edit a lot out to make this video short. So, the wires on the ignition module that is inside the distributor. So, it comes back out, hooks to the cap, but it takes power to the ignition module inside the distributor. We had some frayed wires and all that, so Riley tried to put it back together and it was still not working right. Calvin and Riley went and grabbed an HEI distributor from their shop. So we put that in and everything was better. Now, on the thumb switch, we were getting power, but when we let off, it killed all power. So yesterday, I unhooked the HEI power and the tack, you know, the first two that plug in the HEI, ran a jumper wire from the back of the alternator, plugged it in, busted right off, and ran for like 2 minutes. There was a piece of plastic on the header, it caught on fire, and there was 2 plug wires that were touching the header. And I've got all those moved and out of the way, so this thing should just bust right off. I've got the timing light hooked up. We're gonna bust it off. My allergies are crazy. Felt like I just swallowed a bug. We're gonna bust it off. I'm gonna put it at 12 degrees initial, and we're gonna let this thing run. I've got about 2 gallons of gas in there. My fan should kick on, nothing's different there. So I've got everything set up. Guys, let's break this engine in so that we can move it out of here. I haven't went and got the oil, but we're gonna break it in and then do that. We're gonna move it out of the way. I've got another project here that I got. It's on another video, 1980 Z28. You're gonna have to check that out to get in on that. But I'm putting a graphics kit on it. I wanna get this stuff done today, out of here. I've still gotta mow the front and get a bunch of stuff done, which is absolutely irrelevant to any of y'all. However, we got good plugs, good heads, new intake, badass cam. Let's break this in where we can idle it down and check it out. Per website, it's calling for 20 minutes. I'm at 2,200 RPMs. Seems excessive. However, that's what Comp Cam says. That's what Daddy does. We're about 10 minutes in, guys. All the cylinders, the front are running around 200 degrees. The rest are the high 300s, low 400s. Fans haven't kicked on yet. My gauge is showing it over 220. However, my temp gun is saying everything's like at 170. They should be kicking on anytime soon. If not, I'm gonna shut it down and wire those in direct where I can turn it. We don't want this thing overheating. We want it to break in the gaskets, but we don't want it hot. We're gonna go ahead and get back into this, guys. My little breaker is broke. Cooling fans ain't gonna come on. I hit this, it all fell apart. Ran a wire around it, they come right on, that sort of thing. So I tripped this, everything was working up to this. So I had an extra, it's on there. We're gonna go for round two. It's cool now, I went ahead and mowed the front yard. I got some more coolant in it. So we got about 13 minutes on that first run. We're gonna do another 10 minutes or whatever. But let's get back into it. I have it right here. If I've got to jump that relay to get these fans on, that's what I'm gonna do. I've got the ground hooked up on the, and you can hear me. I've got a ground hooked up on that sensor too, so just in case, I can ground it out and open the circuit. So either way, we're gonna get those fans on and let this thing run. Check the oil, nice and clean. It is the break-in oil, but there's no water in it, that sort of thing, so that's great news. All right, he's back on, correct. Let's get this running again. Showing like 200. Fans came on automatically, so that's great. It's got the fans on. I can see one plug wire still arcing on number 8. I'm just gonna let it run. We need about 10 more minutes, guys. I'm gonna bring you guys in for a minute. We've got it broke in, I believe. Thought all went well. Don't know if this is oil or transmission fluid. That break-in oil is kind of red. Oh, feels like transmission fluid. Don't see. Looks like the transmission line is leaking. I'm gonna let this cool down and make sure all our valve covers are set. Michael did those yesterday, so I wouldn't assume they're wrong. I'm usually the one that does that, but I'm gonna clean up this antifreeze here. and get some of the absorb pushed back there. I'm gonna go eat some breakfast, give it a few minutes, put this on the charger. We're into the heat, so the batteries, I'm gonna have to watch those because they die. Here's a sneak peek at the next project. Whoop, there we go. So, let me go eat, let me get this soaking up. Got all these fans where it's gonna cool everything down faster. And let's continue on, guys. Hold on, we're nearly to the end. Let's see if this thing's gonna drive. This is kind of cool. I come over here all the time. He has the coolest fucking stand he made years ago. Let me flip you around. Check this out. So how did, okay, so that just spun around.
Or you can just take it off, turn it over.
Yeah.
And it turns. You can loosen
Yeah.
the bottom, twist it, you can twist it around.
Well, that makes it easy. Huh. So anyhow, he's going through this. He took it all apart, of course. Used a flat file and got all that,
Yeah, there's all
like the, yeah, there's all the shavings. That came off of, what would you say, the body where the metering blocks are? Like on this one, this little side piece right there. He's putting a razzle dazzle on the card. That's about it. I'll walk you around for just a second and then we gotta go. I gotta run back in town. Just finished wiring Lynn's truck, client car, my junk, and I'll show you this since it's covered. This is a cool little hot rod. So what does this lack, Sean? There's a big blower and all that shit for it. Do what?
It's to the point of coming back apart to get painted.
Yeah. Just got to finish this one first. This is a cool truck. He wound up redoing all the firewall, side rails, the steps, all that little cowl in the front. Am I okay to show this? Is that dude cool?
Yes.
Okay.
It's way cool.
Okay, cool. So he wound up having to come through here. He's already got it all seam sealed. That's been on there for a week or so. But had to rebuild this whole structure. Both sides, in and out, new floor, all that stuff. So he did that. They got as much of this out as they can. I think this is the frame that's at the powder coater.
That's the frame for
Oh, that's the, okay, so this is here. As soon as one frame comes back, this one's going. They're getting switched around, and then the one that's there gets all this QA1 stuff. It's a rolling chassis deal.
That's the C10.
The C10, there you go. And it's pretty cool. Its little spot's usually sitting right here, but it's at the sandblaster. So all this will go back on. He did this, that frame just like he did this one. Fills in all the holes, gets it clean, that sort of thing, mocks it all up, sends it out, gets it back, puts it together, and they come and get him. So kind of a cool layout. Let me walk you underneath here right quick while we're under here. May as well. Everything looked pretty good. There was a small transmission leak on the hose up there. Got that yesterday. But y'all don't get a chance to look under here very often. Bunch of wires I need to go through here with the few zip ties. I was getting the LED lights hooked up yesterday. I need to find the other end of this. This is my fuel sender. So there's a wire dangling probably inside that goes to that. So super cool. All right, I'm gonna get out of here.
Okay. Ended up riding the goat.
So let me tell you what I saw. I turned the corner.
I started playing with the dog.
No, that's not what it looked like. I turned the corner to pull in. Stacy's riding a dog. There's a goat on his back legs, and you've got a stick in your hand. It looked like you were training the goat like for a circus act while Stacy is riding a Great Pyrenees.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was like, what is going on? I really wish I was recording at that point when I came in. I was like, this is like a circus? What are we doing?
And that's one of those, you can't make this shit up.
No, you can't make this shit up. It was wild.
I've got a death grip on his arm because that foot stove is taking my ass for a ride. And my feet won't touch the ground.
And she's got a death grip on me. She's got a death grip on the goat.
Yeah.
And the goat's got her riding around. I'm like, let go of the goat.
What were you doing with the stick?
I was trying to get.
It looked like you were a magician when I came around.
I was trying to get Scout. Scout was playing with me, taking the stick and running away.
That was crazy. So Scout doing okay? His little ears okay?
Yeah.
Got a double ear infection.
Oh damn. Oh.
Oh, God.
Sweet.
So,
Where are we at? What are we doing?
well, I've got to I got to find a metering block for that Holly.
Okay.
Put it all back together, and it is just dumping out of the Venturis.
Oh no shit.
So it's something in the metering block.
Gotcha. Do they sell those? Is that something that
Yeah, we just had.
Don would have?
I don't know if you'd have
I can run up there and see.
1147.
I don't know. Oh, sorry. Come here, Annie.
God, I haven't left that for a long time.
Yeah, that was wild. I was like, what are they doing? And it's one of those deals like a train wreck. I'm trying to pilot a vehicle into a drive that has drop-offs on both sides. What the fuck's he doing with the stick? What's the goat doing? Why is she riding the
What
dog?
the fuck is going on here?
Why is she riding the dog?
So, yeah.
Jesus Christ, you can tell it's got a converter in it.
Small.
Oh, it's been a long time since I rode in this radio. Your door ain't shut all the way. That's why it's rattling its ass off. There we go.
It's an old truck.
Square body shit. Figured I was hoping it was going to shift harder than that. Didn't feel like it shifted in the second very hard or firm. What gears? 373. 373, 3200 stall. God, this thing rides good. TH400 was it 2.42 first gear or something like that. It was a pretty good parts. With a this one had the shift kit, not a reprogram kit put in it, but just a shift kit. What was it? The servo, a few other small things stuck in it. The fact that it's still idling is great. Usually I'd let off of it right there and it would just fucking die. Both of these nuts. I've never been on the passenger side in this.
It's weird, ain't it?
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Yeah, second. Not going into first, is it? So I need to adjust the case. So it's not even pulling into first gear. Staying in second. Okay.
Yeah, that might be first. Make the neighbors mad.
Hopefully. Okay, hold on. Let me get all this straightened up. I can hear the ground shaking. Check it. Check it. Oh, my boy bringing my truck home. God, dog. Let me see if you can hear this. You can feel the ground shaking. Oh, the wind is gonna kill the audio. That is no shit. That's what's up. Dude, crazy. I didn't even see you. I could feel something. I was like, he's giving it the gas coming up that hill. I was like, I can kind of feel the, you know what I mean? Like the, dang. Let's go.
There you go.
I was filming you bringing the shit home, brother. Ciao. Hey, cool. I lost one. That's right where my air compressor is. Sweet. Right there. Not the compressor, the air horn.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Hey, look, made it easier to work on.
Man.
It clearanced itself.
That's it. I'm sitting there trying to back out, and I was like, man, it feels like I got emergency brake on. I forgot that I had it laid out. There we go. There we go. We'll go around the block right quick. Hey. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Holy shit! You just barely touch it. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Can't get too buck nasty out here. This is, you know, we're living in a pretty nice community. Older people. We'll get it buck nasty in front of it. It has no trouble moving. None whatsoever. I'm barely touching it, man. She has no trouble getting out. Jesus. I don't know what my shift point's at. My tach's not working, but I do need to get that up to about, man, that'd be 4,300, 4,100 at a hard shift. Still have a pretty stiff spring on the carburetor. I like it a little softer. I want to get this thing cleaned up and drive it. I don't even have the hood on it right now. Nice. That's a cool little hill right there. shifter fixed. A pretty soft little dig, but not bad. Cool. Nice, idles up good. Hear that? There we go. She's feeling it now. God dang. This thing just keeps running better and better. Pull it in here. Let's get this bad boy washed and cleaned up where we can go roll today. I'm gonna go check on my daughter first day at the new hospital she's at. Kind of cool. But before we do we want to leave some black marks in the front? Of course. Oh yeah, baby. All smoke everywhere. See her just bellowing out. Oh, that smell. God, thank you, Sean. She's a baddie. I'm gonna go check on my daughter, guys. Makes me so good. We're about to end this video. Hang out for just a minute. May give you one of them pudding power washes. Woo! GoPro, stop recording. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed that. So I'm gonna do a quick little walk around on this. I've got to get inside and get in the books, but she certainly doesn't have any trouble moving. I can't thank Sean enough for that. Everybody that's come in clutch. You know, this has been a year and a half, well, about a year project. Since we had trouble with the second cam we put in here. Sean put the cam in here and it just didn't work out right off the bat, which is super common. Glad we got it all put back together. Everything's the way that it should be. Everything looks good. Just a dope little beater truck. You know, you can take this out and have a good time wherever you're at. You know, it's got a little respect on its name. Just a cool back square body. But if you're new to the channel, man, I appreciate you guys sticking out. If you found any value in this, I certainly feel compelled to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. It certainly helps the channel. What we're trying to do is drag stuff out of fields, get young kids interested, and build dope stuff. So that's it. Guys, I'll catch you on the next one, man. There's a lot in the playlist. Feel free to jump through there and take a look. And as I always say, I appreciate you guys' time. I know it's just as valuable as mine. Puppy's losing her mind. Hey, and that's it, guys. I'm gonna go inside and sit down and make me a sandwich. Peace and cheers, man. Y'all jump in on the next one, man.